Everything wrong with the $3,000 Quadrasteer Suburban 2500 6-liter 480. Everything wrong with it for $3 grand. So if you like this and you like other kind of two-door Tahoe concept, maybe subscribe and then we'll keep it moving. $3,000 Suburban. Right there, 2500 Suburban with the mileage, $3,000. Alright, so here we go. The Mama Jamma, old Rusty. So everything's wrong with the $3,000 Quadrasteer. But first, show you, I mean, if you don't know, this is Quadrasteer. Corner lights, and rear steer. So I did get this for a steal. I got it for $3 grand. I can show you the bill of sale if you want to see. Deal of a century, but runs and drives, motor's fine, trans is fine, cooler lines were rusted and leaking, so we'll just start with that first. This is the new derail. I think this is the 10,000 or the 1900. It's a 19-row derail cooler. This is in place of a factory cooler. It's got the bracket and lines all the way around here and here. Even included some for the radiator. So I'm gonna run it through the radiator and to the cooler just how it is factory. This was up north, and you see right here, little, that's a little bit more than a little bit, but we got some rust. Same thing that's going on right here. So, but I ain't too worried about it. Overall, everything's pretty good here. Go ahead and show you. Brakes are pretty much clapped out. But it's all good. That's fixable. We can do that. The fronts are fine. We got a little bit of suspension. I mean, that's typical Chevy Suburban stuff. I mean, what am I going to show you? Some worn out stuff in there? Look. Yeah, it's there. So, one thing. Well, for one, I got this thing on a really good deal because the guy's wife was pressed to sell it. So, being that it was up north because of the rust, that was part of the reason for it being a little bit cheaper. But let me go ahead and show you a little bit more underneath. There's actually not that much rust. You know, I mean, it's there, but not what I was thinking. So we got some suspension wear, but you can see a little bit more up here. More lines. I did those, so because the original lines were all rusted and crusty. See here, original cooler, original brackets. This was broken, and they just put a piece of hose over it, and it was leaking. You see everything's corroded. So I just put new lines all the way around. I already did this on my Tahoe, my two-door, so pretty much did the same thing. Dash 6. ICT billet fittings for the 480, so they can go in, tie together all nice here. Again, tie together here. It's going to be out of the way of the steering shaft because this still has to go into a fitting into the radiator. You see I don't have that fitting. There's that. So transmission leak, which I found actually after the fact when I got it here, but it's all good. When I bought this, drove it 3 hours straight home, no issue. One thing that was noted from the seller when I took it, the diff does whine. This differential whines on desale. From what I can see, these came with a Dana 60. So I'm gonna take this one apart, and I'll put this in another video where I take all this Quadrasteer stuff apart and I'm gonna redo the diff, re-shim it, put new bearings. Hopefully the housing isn't messed up, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. Rear steer does work and works phenomenally. We have new shocks all the way around. I think this thing came with an auto ride at one point because it had the electrical connector, but these are just standard shocks in place. Everything else functional. Tires are perfect. Other than that, that's pretty much all that was wrong with the Suburban when I got it. Trans leak, really just a diff whine, suspension issues, and alignment. What's weird is when I got it, the key here for the torsion bar was all the way out. So this bolt was like way out to here. So the car sat uneven, but now it sits even. So I don't know what the deal was with that. So since I've got it, did a coolant flush. So we got a new coolant. I did an oil change. It came with the aftermarket filter, but I'm gonna put the factory one back on. But here, it looks like they did some additional grounds, because maybe there was a body ground that wasn't good, so I gotta look at that. This thing starts up and drives fine, but I gotta look at that. This thing is mint. So these Suburban 2500s came with either an 8.1 or a 6.0. This is a 6-liter 480 4-wheel drive Quadrasteer. All that's missing for options is pretty much digital climate control and heated seats. But go ahead and turn the lights on. Oh no, can't do that. Minty, everything minty. This is a little dirty right here. I just vacuumed everything for the first time, went through everything. Look at that headliner, everything minty. Back here, everything is super duper mint. That's my Mexico grill for my Tahoe, so don't worry about that. Minty. These are all my accessories. Third row, minty. We got the auxiliary heat and AC control. Man, I need a phone. My phone's wigging out, dog. Everything minty. Almost fell over that tire. Almost busted my ass. Everything works. You see, I got the spare tire out. Came with a full-size spare tire. Rug was a little dirty. Third row, everything pulls down. Everything works as it should. Nothing torn up, messed up. Just one little tear. And this thing only has 170,000 miles. And you can see again here. Look at the panel. Look at the door panel. Everything minty. This is wrong. I gotta fix that. So don't worry about that. Minty. Everything. Just need a quick little detail. There is one little tear right there. Right there. But don't look at that. So I did get it for a steal. Everyone on Facebook was loving it. People asking and complaining where you get the, what was that? Oh, that, I gotta fix that. That's another thing wrong. But this thing is perfect. This thing rides so comfy. Tires on it, almost brand new. We got like 30 seconds all the way around. Front brakes are good. All the lights function good. It actually has LED parking lights that are here. I'm gonna change everything here to LED. I'm probably gonna get a new lamps and then probably a new grill. Again, AN fittings all here. All I'm missing is the threaded adapter that's gonna take this fitting down there. You see the hole to here, so that everything's gonna run in just how it was factory. Transmission is fine. All the fluid is red, so I'm gonna do a fluid and filter change on it after I get it up and running. Other than like a few little suspension stuff, that's it. Right now, parts vested, maintenance, I spent like $100, fluids and filters. Then I spent another $250 because I got the transcooler stuff on Black Friday for the cooler and for the fittings. Then that's it. Everything else is just my own labor. The diff will be another story. I'm okay spending money on the diff because I got this for a steal for $3, so I don't care about dumping money into that. Other than that, this thing is perfect. This is gonna be my ride or die. This is my good old Rusty Wallace, sponsored by Miller Lite. I don't care. This is mine forever. I had a 04 and I wanted one again for the longest time. I freaking love this thing.